Sustaining. $84,000 from the town and village's money that can be used to update our infrastructure. 4. Will this board consider the consolidation of services with the town in order to cut costs? Would the board consider a study or contact Saugerties to see how their consolidation is going? 5. The town of Tuxedo is researching health reimbursement arrangements, known as health plan incentives. This will cut the cost of health care for their town. Would the village consider looking into such a plan? Thank you for your attention in this matter. Sincerely, Susan M. Bloom, village taxpayer. And then when you're done answering her, I have a couple of questions of my own.
Yeah. Well, as far as the raises, they're contractual. That's 1. 2 was answered in the talk about...
Long-term plans for fixing the infrastructure.
Yeah, that was answered. 3 was now what now?
Well, actually, that was not entirely answered in terms, it was spoken to in terms of the sewer, but not CRV, the dam, and water.
Yeah,
all of which have infrastructure maintenance needs.
I don't understand her question, though.
She's asking whether there are plans for an ongoing maintenance, a systematic replacement program with X number of feet per year. A systematic replacement program for water, sewer, and the reservoir and the dam.
We have, well, I'll give you my answer that I can rely on Art to give me an assist here, I'm sure. We have a list of programs that have to be attended to on wish we had the money to do things yearly, but we get a list of things that need to be constantly attended to and repaired. And over the years, in an old village, you have issues that need attention that you cannot afford to do on an annual basis, sometimes not on a basis when you get contacted by the permitting agencies that you know, this is what you must prioritize. And you get a priority list from the health department. We put them on an evaluation and a rotation, and we tell them exactly what our plans are to be implemented each year. All of that is on the record. You're not allowed to simply sit by and do nothing. You must be implementing as you go. CRD, well, there's nothing for us to be, we don't even have it all in yet, so it's not a question. That's why I don't understand the question.
Joe, you have to let her answer the question.
The question was also in terms of stimulus money for these programmatic maintenance.
Okay, let me just interrupt again.
Sure.
You have to let her answer the question before you go back and do another question, okay?
No,
excuse me, this is really difficult because you're trying to think what Susan meant by this letter and arguing about what Susan meant by this letter. This is very difficult. So just bear with us and let us answer the question. It might not 100% satisfy you, but it is our answer. You're asking the questions, we're giving you answers. If you're not happy with the answers, there's nothing we can do about that.
I don't want to joust with you, Joel, and simply letting off the program.
Right.
The bottom line is that I've applied for several grants. We did not qualify, we did not receive. We are researching more grants that we can apply for to try with this. Everybody's applying for grants to try to help with the cost of maintaining all of the dictates and maintenance and purchases and expenses that we have to implement in order to pursue.
I can speak to the third question.
Can I finish answering the question?
Oh, yeah,
first? Okay. I think, Art, you want to jump in at any time and give some specifics. I think that what we need to understand is that we are exceedingly attentive to the cost, and luckily water is doing a little better right now while we have been through investigation and sinking all those wells, while we have come up with the development of the wells, while we have gone through the permitting of those wells. Those costs, those are very expensive costs. Now we have to go through building of the well house. Now you're going to have to go through the updating of the plant. All of these things are costly. And I wish that I could say to you, Joel, I don't want to pay for it. But the bottom line is, in order to survive, one has to maintain and keep pursuing this. And that is exactly
I don't think that's what was being asked.
It's not up to you. That's what I'm answering.
Okay, Kyle?
Number 3, it's actually exciting because the Friends of Goshen Parks, the not-for-profit that has been formed they are actually allowed to fundraise. Joint Rec is not allowed to fundraise and accept contributions like that, but Friends of Goshen Parks is, and they've gone through the legal process to get that task exempt designation so they can accept funds. And I actually was just told today that they're going to be meeting for the first time within the next few weeks. So this will be an outside arm that was able to fundraise and bring in extra revenue for Joint Rec. Whether it's going to ever get to a point where they're bringing in $145,000 a year, maybe, but I think it's going to be a long haul to get there. But I think that's an important first step with that.
Okay, as far as 4, yes. And I will contact Sorganies to see how they're doing, and I will contact the town of Tuxedo to see about their health reimbursement arrangements. The first I've heard about this. I never heard this when Sue Gould was on the village board.
I believe it's new.
I don't know that for a fact, but I never heard it before, just stating fact.
Does that mean that the board is prepared to expend funds to undergo a study of consolidation?
No, it does not at that time. It just means what it is says. We will look at it. It doesn't have to be funds. We can meet and do our study ourselves. Okay. You have questions for yourself? Yeah, and just to finish on the question that Sue asked with regard to stimulus money, Sue and Sue Fast, and having spoken to Sue Bloom, I know that this is what she meant by this question. They applied for stimulus funds.
And got turned down.
Has there been follow through on those applications? Because that's apparently, again,
we're always looking for money in stimulus. When you get turned down, you go back with another position.
And got turned down again.
They got turned down. You know, they did apply. They did a good job. They applied, and we turned down.
I applied.
Yeah, we're constantly applying. We're working on now with community development for the infrastructure. So we're constantly, it's an ongoing thing. And boards, not just this board, but all the boards prior have done this. You know, we just continue to do it. We get turned down, we just keep going.
I had a couple of questions of my own. Let me step away from this one. I had, for 2 years in a row now, requested that the board look at a call direction system and voicemail coupled with it. Last time I brought that up here, you said you'd look at it. What was done to investigate that? What was the approximate cost? And what is being done about it? If you're not going to do it, why not? And if you are, where do we stand?
Well, when we talked to the village employees, we didn't, I hate to go out and hire consultants when we can do this ourselves. Absolutely. We talked to the village employees, we talked to various village residents, and we said, would you rather talk to a human or get on voicemail? 100% said they'd rather talk to a human being. We determined it would be better to have the system the way it is. It's been working, and I don't know myself. When I get a voicemail, I'd rather talk to a person. The village hours are 9 to 5. Everybody in the village knows that. You call during that time, there's no voicemail. You will get somebody to help you. You won't get somebody, a human to answer you.
It's 9 to 4.
4:30.
9 to 4:30.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
I have one question. If we are finished the public hearing, could we close that part of the public hearing and then get these general minutiae questions into the...
This is a question to the budget and the expenditure.
Oh, sorry, I didn't undertake that as a budgetary question. I thought that it was...
No, it is, as to whether or not they're going to spend the money in it.
Cost saving factor there, sir.
And that should be the question, yes or no, what do you spend
Right.
the money on?
So it's no.
So there's no money in here.
Yeah.
Well, I had a question of my own about the systemized infrastructure replacement, but I think you've spoken to that.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody? Yes.
Can I have a quick future budgetary question, suggestion that we raise parkland fees in the near future so that when we do have the few infill lots that come or the Good Time Park, that we have a fee that's comparable to other municipalities so that we replenish our parkland fee account? Just something to think about for the future.
Oh, yeah, Kate Schmidt.
Kate Schmidt, I'm sorry, 55 Murray Avenue. Wanted to keep it quick.
Parking fees are $2,500.
Yeah, we can look at that.
It was increased a number of years ago, and I hope to talk to the town. They haven't increased theirs in a while. But again, we want to be ready when the applicants come in.
That's a good
This is
suggestion.
our one shot at replenishing the account.
We will look into that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions?